All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the routine Thursday weekly briefing for Central North Carolina, covering the period from today, March 21st, through next Wednesday, March 27th. And I'm meteorologist Jimmy Danko here at NWS Raleigh. So first, taking a look at the North Carolina drought update. This is fresh, just released this morning. And it's for the assessment period ending on Tuesday. So the main takeaway from this is that parts of eastern North Carolina remain dry. You can see that there's D0 abnormally dry conditions that have expanded slightly across the sandhills and coastal plain from last week, but just very slightly. And there is also a small area of D1 moderate drought over the coastal plain, just outside of our forecast area. And that just reflects the dryness that we've been seeing recently, especially across eastern parts of our area. So looking at the upcoming weather pattern for Central North Carolina for the next week. So today will be dry and sunny, but cooler with high pressure to our northeast. That'll be bringing down northeasterly flow. Highs will only be in the upper 50s to upper 60s compared to the 70s that we saw yesterday. And then lows tonight will drop into the mid 30s to lower 40s. So it'll be on the chilly side, but dry. Then tomorrow we start to get increasing clouds in the morning, and a low pressure system developing over the Gulf will start to bring widespread rain from Friday afternoon into Saturday. Now, the heaviest rain is probably going to be Friday night into Saturday morning. That's when it looks like the potentially heavy rain could be, with then some lighter rain lingering behind that as the upper trough moves through during the afternoon on Saturday. And then high pressure will bring dry and chilly weather from Sunday into early next week. And there actually could be some frost and freeze conditions on Sunday night with lows dipping into the lower to mid 30s. And then by Tuesday and Wednesday, a cold front will start to approach and a low pressure system will develop and ride along the front and bring the next chance of rain, especially by Wednesday. So as I mentioned, there is another chance for frost and freeze on Sunday night. That looks like the next good chance. And by that point, we are actually going to have our entire area of Central North Carolina starting the growing season. It actually starts on Sunday. So right now, you can see from this map that it's just the growing season is currently over our southern and eastern counties, but by Sunday it'll be everywhere. And once the growing season goes into effect, then we will start issuing those frost and freeze watches, warnings, and advisories. So if there's a freeze watch, that just means that a freeze event is expected in the next 1 to 2 days. A freeze warning means that it's expected within the next 24 hours. And a freeze is just when lows are expected to be 32 degrees or less. A frost advisory means that when we're expecting temperatures in the 33 to 36 degree range. So taking a look at severe storm potential for the next week, really we're not concerned about that at this time. The only chance really looks to be on late Friday night into Saturday morning, when there could be an isolated storm. But even that, we're not expecting any strong or severe storms, just maybe a few isolated thunderstorms out there. But the instability looks pretty marginal at best. So looking at the total rainfall amounts expected for the next week, really, or excuse me, for the next 5 days, really the only rainfall that we're anticipating is with this system on Friday and Saturday. And you can see that we're expecting a good 1 to 2 inches across the area. But otherwise dry today, and then drying again behind it on Sunday and Monday. So with that 1 to 2 inches of rain, there could be some localized flash flooding across the area, especially across the south and east. But the soil down there looks, in the sandhills, it absorbs rainfall pretty well. So it takes a lot of rain to really flood down there. And it's also been pretty dry lately, as I was showing before with the drought monitor. So overall, we're not too concerned about this flooding potential with the system on Friday night. And 1 to 2 inches of rain that's actually after a decrease from what we were looking at before. So overall, we're not too concerned about this, but can't be totally ruled out, especially in urban and poor drainage areas. And then from the Climate Prediction Center, the 8 to 14-day outlook has us just in near normal temperatures as the best chance for, this is March 28th to April 3rd. And just for reference, normal high temperatures this time of year are in the around mid 60s to about 70, and lows in the mid 40s. There's also a slightly increased chance of above normal precipitation during this period. So the graphical hazardous weather outlook shows basically limited threats for any kind of hazardous weather over the next week, but there can't be ruled, some thunder can't be ruled out on Friday night, and lightning. Also excessive rain can't be ruled out on Friday, but again, it looks pretty limited. Maybe some breezy conditions Saturday and Sunday. And with that, by Sunday and Monday, as we dry out, there could be some fire weather concerns, but more on that, more details on that will come in the coming days. And frost and freeze conditions, we had some concerns about that this morning, and then again, as I mentioned before, on Sunday night, early Monday morning, there could be concerns for that again. All right, so to summarize, today will be dry and sunny, but cooler with highs in the upper 50s to upper 60s, and then lows tonight in the mid 30s to lower 40s. And then a low pressure system will bring widespread rain Friday into Saturday, with the heaviest Friday night into Saturday morning. 1 to 2 inches generally is expected across the area, which could result in some isolated flash flooding, mainly in urban and poor drainage areas. But overall, not too concerned about it with how dry it's been lately. High pressure will then bring dry and chilly weather from Sunday into early next week. The main concern during that period is just the low temperatures on Sunday night that may result in some frost and freeze conditions dropping into the low to mid 30s. And then on Tuesday and especially Wednesday, that's when the next chance of rain comes with the next cold front and low pressure system. All right, that concludes the weekly briefing. Does anyone have any questions?